I think that this game is important enough where the conversation on this team changes if they lose.
I completely agree with that because I have zero expectation of them losing the game. I fully expect them to go down there and win the game.
They had a players-only meeting after the game, didn't they? That's what I was hearing, that the team players only.
Check in on that. That's interesting.
Oh, well, Scott Zolak throwing in a little nugget of information here.
News. I think
12:26.
Somebody was talking about
4 days after the fact.
Who was talking about it? Yes, tell me more.
They came in so late. Like, the interviews were late. Judon came in with the opening statement, so he probably had a lot to say in that meeting.
I was looking into that, so
Yeah.
that's interesting.
No, but I think the team talked after the game.
He's trying to downplay.
That's not a report.
Yeah. I know. He always does it. So he's got great information, and then he drops in a little nugget and says, somebody was talking about it, and I'm not a reporter. I love how you do it.
I like how it went from players only.
I would have reported it
I like
Monday.
how it went from the players only meeting to the team talk.
It's Thursday.
Team talk very much.
Team talk, right.
There's some words from each other.
Well, interesting. What is it?
Interesting.
Okay, so what do you think that speaks to?
I think it speaks to what Judon said. That, like, they feel they're not 0-2. Like, we got to clean our crap up quickly, and we can fix this. That tells me they think it's fixable, and it's getting guys back.
Does it tell you that the veterans are fearful of losing guys along the way that are just not?
No, I think they know it's coming. Like, we're benching a young receiver because he fumbled. You know, all that.
I think the Mac thing. I think what Mac said after the game. What Mac said after the game, I think people should be paying more attention to.
Get your ass in here. Put your work in. All that stuff.
I think that I was sitting on the set with Felger and Chris, with Felger and Gasper on Sunday night, and when I heard that, I was like, whoa. Like, when he said that to me.
And we know Bert Breer, close personal friend and the autobiographer of Mac Jones recently. The big Alabama Mac story.
But when I heard him say that, though, it made me pay attention because it correlates to something he said, like something I heard on him.
You're going to ghostwrite his book or what?
No, but it correlates to something I heard him say. I heard a couple of years ago that we talked about on the air. Do you guys remember that?
What?
Like, where a couple of years ago, I had heard some stuff, and I said it on the air with the morning show and you guys.
Oh, he thought the Patriots would be more like Alabama, and they were less like Alabama than he thought they'd be.
Yeah. And that's where the correlation is. Like, is there something here since Brady's departure where this place isn't as locked in as it used to be?
Here's what Mac said Sunday night for those who didn't hear it.
Yeah, I think about, past experience in my rookie year when we didn't really start off too hot and then went on a really good winning streak. So for me, that's just all I can do is look back on experiences I've already had in my life, and hopefully the guys on the team can respond. Definitely got to play better and learn from it and, be here early and leave late and do it together. I think that's the biggest thing. It's if a couple guys are doing it, it's not good enough, clearly. So we got to put more into it, and we'll get more out of it.
I mean, that correlates right back to what that correlates right back to what I remember hearing him, like he was saying privately 2 years ago, that like I thought this was going to be a lot more like what Nick Saban's Alabama was like, and it's not.
Well, I would say he's got a lot more authority to be saying it publicly and to his teammates now as a third-year quarterback. Get your ass in here early and let's get to work. He can say that to anybody now.
And I think that the tricky thing, and Zoe, you can speak to this, I think the tricky thing for a quarterback is you always have to, it's a very fine line that they have to walk, right? Where there are certain guys who can call other players out and there are certain guys who can't. And so, I think Mac is in the in-between where it's like, yes, you're the quarterback. Yes, you're a captain. But do you have the skins in the wall to start calling people out? Because that can be a tricky thing where a quarterback can lose his locker room by doing that. And I think that this is a creative way for Mac to get at it, because I don't know that Mac is at the point yet where he can call other guys out, call veteran players out for not showing up on time. He's getting there, and he's 3 years into the league. You're older than a bunch of the locker room already, right? The makeup of NFL teams, like a good percentage of NFL teams are first and second year players. So you are starting to get on the older side, but there's a fine line that NFL players have to walk, that the NFL quarterbacks have to walk, where it's, are you at the point yet where you can be the vocal leader? Because you do have to earn that. And I think Mac is sort of, I don't know, Zoe, would you say he's sort of in the in-between right now?
Yeah, yep.
Right? It's a hard place to get to.
But I do see a more confident Mac. I see a guy that's in more control and feels like it's more on him.
Right.
That's the biggest difference I see from a year ago.
So I think,
and his play's better. I mean,
but wouldn't this would be like a creative way to get
it's a
at
leadership thing.
Like,
you know?
but to go and say something like that at the podium would be a creative way to like get the message across.
Wake up.
Without like
We don't have enough guys coming in
without pointing
here.
fingers,
Yep.
right?
Yep. I mean, he backed off a little Monday because I'm not calling out any of my teammates, but it's just I think it's a general thing of get your ass in here and get working.
I think it's like a creative way. I think it's smart by him. I think it's like a creative way of I'm going to throw my weight around a little bit without calling anybody out yet.
And I could say it because I come in early and I stay late.
Right.
Yeah.